Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I wanted to come to you today. I'm making an impromptu video. Just got back from being out of town and we went to the mountains of North Carolina for the Lauren Daigle concert and it was amazing. I don't know if any of you have ever heard from her, but I was just reading over some of my YouTube video comments that you had left and I wanted to make a video. I am seeing some confusion and I am starting to second guess and it's all around seed starting. So I just thought I would come on and give you a quick video on some basics of when to start your seeds, okay? So it seems like there's some people that are saying, I started all these seeds and nothing happened, or I just started a bunch of seeds and I started thinking to myself, okay, there are many factors that go into why you may be starting seeds. It could be you're in a warmer climate where you're going into summer. You could be, across in another country. I'm in North Carolina, central North Carolina, zone 7B, 8A, okay? And you could be starting your seeds that are cool season seeds, which would be like lettuce or carrots or kale or pansies or violas or snapdragons, something like that. But the reason I wanted to make this video is to just go over how you know when to start seeds, okay? And it's going to be a quick video. Today is October 27th. It's Sunday, and hopefully I'm going to get this video out to you today so we can talk like right now, today, okay? So how do you know when to start your seeds? Oh, and by the way, I'm inside, as you can see in my craft room, because people are outside blowing leaves. The neighbors are outside talking, and I just thought, it might be a little bit quieter in here and not a lot of distractions. So here we are inside. I hope you can hear me okay. So how do you know when to start your seeds? Well, you need to decide, first of all, you need to know what zone you're in. So there is something called a hardiness planting zone, and that is based off of your zip code. You go online, I'll link it below where you go to look, you type in your zip code where you're at, and it will tell you what zone you're in, okay? And then you need to also know when your last frost is. What date is your last frost? And so there is also a website that you can go to look and see where you are based off of your zone, what your last frost is, what your first frost is, and that's what we plant according to. Okay, so I hope that's not confusing. You need to know 2 pieces of information, actually 3. You need to know your planting zone, you need to know the date of your last frost, your date of your first frost. Okay, those 3 key pieces of information. So we are planting our seeds based right now. We are in October, going into winter, then into spring, right? So what I'm looking at is thinking about what I'm going to plant in spring. I'm thinking through from March until August. Okay, so when I'm talking about starting my seeds, that's going to be spring seeds. So that's a warm season seed, right? So for example, I have this black-eyed Susan vine. It was the seed pack I had up here. And what I need to know is, when is my last frost? When is my first frost? Okay, so right now I need to know my zone, and that is 7B, 8A. I need to know when my last frost is. That's when it's going to freeze the last time, and we should start moving into warmer temperatures, okay? My last frost is April 15th, okay? So April 15th, we are in October right now. Then I am looking again to start thinking about my spring garden. What am I going to plant in the spring when the temperatures get warm enough outside? So I am using 2 methods of starting my seeds. I am using the winter sowing method, which is using a milk jug, or I'm using a indoor seed starting method using seed trays, like grow trays and indoor lights, okay? I will make videos on how to do both, but just for the purposes of this video, I wanted to share with you what what methods I'm looking at, and when I'm talking to you and trying to show you how I start seeds, so maybe you can do it along with me, I am thinking about my spring garden. Okay, that's very key. So how do I know when I want these Black-Eyed Susan vine to be in my spring garden? I could start the seeds right this minute inside, but here's what's going to happen. If you look on the back of this seed pack, it says when to sow outside, and it says it's recommended. I don't do that. You can, I don't. It says 1 to 2 weeks after your last frost, okay? My last frost is supposed to be April 15th. I could technically go plant these seeds outside in my last frost, after my last frost, 2 weeks after April 15th. Okay, so that's getting closer to May. I don't want to do that. I want to have a nice, healthy plant to plant outside as soon as the soil is warm enough for me to get in it after April 15th, okay? And, oh, by the way, your last frost date is a guesstimation through research, through the past, okay? They do a lot of research. That's how they come up with this. But you can also use your forecast and start saying, you know, we haven't had a frost in 12 days. The temperature is starting to warm up, but you need to start looking at your 12-day forecast, because I've had it happen. You could go plant everything and then it freeze, and these warm season plants cannot take the cold, okay? So that's why we're going through this process. Okay, so I'm going to look at when to start seeds, when to sow seeds indoors, okay? That says 6 to 8 weeks before my last frost, okay? So how do I know that? Well, I get a calendar, and I know that my last frost is April 15th. So I'm going to go back in time to figure out when 6 to 8 weeks is to start my seeds here for indoor seed starting, okay? And I went through and did this already. That is February 18th. So if I was doing my grow trays and putting them under the lights around Valentine's Day, I'm going to start these seeds indoors. Not right now, not October 27th, okay? If I start my seeds on October 27th for my spring garden, they're going to be a hot mess, a jungle, and probably not super healthy. They could be leggy, whatever, by the time it's April 15th. Does that make sense? So I'm not starting my spring seeds right now. It is too early. Right now, I'm doing the prep work. I am getting my containers together. I'm ordering my seeds. I'm buying my soil. I'm getting my duct tape. I am getting my tags ready. I'm doing all the prep work, and I'm really thinking hard about planning out my garden. Okay, and we're going to do that together, but I'm not starting any seeds right now. I don't have any lettuce starting seeds. I don't have anything that I'm starting seeds right this minute for. But again, I am thinking about my spring seeds, okay? If I were thinking about something I wanted to, our climate is too cold in zone 7B, 8A to start any sort of flower and put them out in the garden right now. We're getting ready to get our first frost, okay? And it would kill it right away. So I hope I'm not being confusing or too wordy. I just want to make sure that you understand, okay? Here's some lettuce. This lettuce can be started outdoors 2 to 4 weeks before my last frost date. Okay, so that's saying I could start right around April 1st. I could start these outside and they would be great. Or I could plant them out now and they're gonna do okay until it gets super cold and then they'll die, okay? So this is hopefully not confusing. Now, winter sowing, which is the art of using a milk jug and starting our seeds in this process, I start those around January. So I want to make sure that it is cold outside. I do not want days that are right off the bat above 60 degrees or 50 degrees. I need those nighttime temperatures to be cold, like freezing, 30s consistently. Because what's going to happen is you've got to put your prep your soil. You're going to plant your seeds in here. You're going to cover them if the seed pack or if the seed requires it. And then we're going to tape it up, and then we're going to set it outside, and we're going to let it be. We don't want to automatically plant it. If I were to do it right now, if I were to plant my winter sowing containers right now, they would germinate immediately. And then I would need to take this lid off and plant them. Well, what's the point? Okay. Again, it's going into winter, which is not conducive for warm season plants like this. Now, if I wanted to start lettuce and I wanted to get them kick-started into high gear, have some lettuce. I'm a little late to the party. I should have already planted my lettuce. But if I wanted to try and get some quick lettuce, winter sowing the lettuce might be an idea. Again, I'm not doing that. So I hope that's not confusing. I just wanted to make a quick video, and then I want to open it up and ask you for your questions. Know that every plant, every seed, every annual, every perennial has a start time frame. And you can, if you don't have it on the seed pack, you can always Google it. You can go online and see what you can find as to when to start the seeds indoors. Remember, I go off of here. I go off of the indoor date, but I kick it back more because I want these to sit outside. When I have a couple of weekends in January, mid-January, it's cold enough. My nights are freezing. We're getting some really, really cold temperatures. I know it's perfect conditions for starting my winter sowing. So let me know what questions you have. Let me know how I can help you. Just really, if you are in like a zone 7 or a zone 6 or a zone 5, I'm just not sure what seeds you would be starting outdoors and putting in the ground and wanting them to germinate. So I hope this is helpful. Just it caused me to pause when I read some of the comments. I'm thinking, what seeds are you growing right this minute? And so I hope that's not, I hope this was helpful for you. So feel free to leave me a message, comment, ask any questions. If I've confused you, I'm so sorry. Again, this is an impromptu video. I try to make them very well planned out, but also I wanted to stop you if you were going out there and putting seeds in the ground and you've spent your money, or you've collected your seeds, or you've got your soil and you're starting your seeds. I just want you to think through, okay, if you're in a zone 9 or a zone 10, maybe you need to go ahead and get that done. I did look up just for research purposes. Say your last frost is March 1st. Ideally, if the back of your seed pack says it takes 12 weeks, you want to start them 12 weeks before your last frost, 12 weeks is going to be December 7th. So there again, even in a super warm climate, December 7th would be 12 weeks. So we're still a good ways from that. So I hope that helps. Ask me any questions you have, and I will see you in another video soon. Take care.